Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look at constants and variables. So a constant is an attribute that is not going to change, right? So basically, let's say in order to declare a constant, you use let. Let say, for example, message to be equal to hello world, and you can print the message by just saying MSG here. And basically you can play and it is going to run, and you could see here hello world being printed. Now, so you see I did not indicate the actual type that I want. Right? I did not annotate a type to tell it, for example, which is called type annotation. So basically it does infer the type automatically. You see here you told it that it's a string and it knows it's a string. If you want to tell it that it is a string explicitly, you could say that the message colon and then string. This is to tell it that this is of type string, and then nothing happens. So basically, what if I want to change message to make it, for example, a hi, right? So in order now, when you run this, it's going to complain, cannot assign value to message. It's a let. So let is a constant. You cannot change the value of a let after you have initialized it. All right. So basically, that's the let. If you want to change it, you have to declare it as a var, which is to indicate that this is a variable. And that variable value could change. So basically now when you run it, so basically it was hi, it was hello world, now it's hi, and now you are printing hi. All right. So that's constant and variable, right? So basically, let's say you want to add two numbers, right? For example, let's say you have var x equal 100 and var y equal 200, and then basically you want var z to be equal to x plus y, right? And then you can, what if I want to print the value? To print the value, you could do this. Print, you could say, for example, result, and then slash, open bracket, close bracket, and then you put the z here. So you can concatenate a string with whatever value is z is. Now let's remove the message. I don't want to print the message here, but then when you run this, you will see that it's going to print the result is 300. Okay, cool. So now, of course, I don't want to change, let's say, x and y shouldn't be vars. They should be probably lets. I never change them, but I can change them, by having them as vars. So this is var and let. Very simple, very straightforward. I also showed you how to print or concatenate a string. So you can also, for example, say, let result equal to result, and you can do something like this. And then basically it knows now the result is a string, and you can just print result. All right, here it is. And then click play, and it's the same thing. All right, it's going to run and so on. But you see here result is 300, and we're good to go. All right, so you are able to do now this kind of basic operations, annotation, printing variables. We did that also. Comments are very simple. Also, you can comment by doing like this. This is a comment. This is a single line comment. You have multi-line comments. You could say this is a multi-line comment, right, and so on. So basically, this is how you comment. Now, if you want to declare integers, for example, you could say, let x, if you want them to be integers. You see here we didn't tell it where they are. You could say int is integer. Here that int are for integers, and then you could also say z is an integer, but it was already estimated by Swift anyway, right? What if you want to do float or double? So with var, you could say, for example, you could say this is the area, okay, is a double, which is equal to, let's say, 0.5 times 100, something like that. 0.5 times 45.3, something like that. I just creating something here, and I could say print area is, and here is area. All right, so here we are. We run this, and now it's going to calculate the area and print it. So that's how you declare a double, right? Or define and initialize a double. All right. So here it is. We're able to do that. This talks about bounds, floating point, numeral intervals. So you can read all of that stuff, but this is the basic stuff. Basically, you can indicate what the type it is, or you can let Swift infer by itself, but sometimes it's safer to declare what kind or define exactly what type you want it to be. Alright, so please let me know if you have any questions.